big shout out to our 521 patrons and over 33,000 subscribers. I mean, good God. Thank you so much, guys. Y'all are the best. And if you want to join in on the action and get a video just like you're about to watch, join the $15 tier or up of our Patreon. There's a link in the description. Yeah, we'd love to have you. See you there. Oh, we're in the weeds now, aren't we? Help! Where am I? Hi, guys. Welcome to Lee Reacts. Hope everyone's having a good day. I know I am. And we are back with somebody called the Beatles. I don't know. There's some band. I'm just kidding. The Beatles, yes. And the Mamas and the Papas. This is probably going to be a short video because they're both 2 minutes long. And this song, man, it's got a story behind it, doesn't it? So it's never appeared on any actual release by the Beatles until Past Masters came out, which is basically every song that wasn't released. I guess the canon of the Beatles. It was actually the B-side to Long Tall Sally, or Long Tall Sally, not Long Tail Sally. Yeah, it's from the EP Long Tall Sally. It was written by Lennon McCartney, but written mostly by John Lennon with assistance from Paul. It was released on the US, the Beatles' second album, April 1964, and then in the UK on the Long Tall Sally EP, June 64, and then in 1988 it appeared on Past Masters. That was the first time it appeared on a core catalog album. So there you go. In the Mamas and the Papas cover, was on their debut album called The Mamas and the Papas, or If You Can Believe Your Eyes and Ears. And this is courtesy of our Alpha Patron Coquina. So there you go. Spiel out the way. I have heard 2 songs by the Mamas and the Papas, so I'm familiar with, you know, Mama Cass and stuff like that. But I am not like well versed in their stuff, so I'm still learning with them. The Beatles, I know a lot, but not as much as I should. So let's go. Here we go. Don't forget to leave a comment, maybe leave a like too, and if you subscribe, I'd really appreciate it. I got plenty of stuff you'll probably like. All right, I Call Your Name by the Beatles. 3, 2, 1, go.
I call your name, but you're not there. Was I to blame for being unfair? Oh, I can't sleep at night since you've been gone.
I love the cowbell.
I never weep at night. I can't go on. Don't you know I can't take it? I don't know who can. I'm not gonna make it. I'm not that kind of man. Oh, I can't sleep at night. But just the same, I never weep at night. I call your name. Ow!
Okay. Ringo.
Don't you know
there,
I can't
bro.
take it? I don't know who can. I'm not gonna make it. I'm not that kind of man. Oh, I can't sleep at night. But just the same.
Oh, this song is a jam, bro. Yes.
I never weep at night. I call your name. I call your name. I call your name.
Oh.
Call your name.
Woo! Play it again. I wish. All right. Mamas and the Papas, I Call Your Name. That was awesome, bro.
I call your name, but you're not there.
Whoa.
Was I to blame
It's so different.
for being unfair?
Don't you know I can't sleep at night since you've been gone? I never
slowed it down, but it's so good
Don't
still.
you know I can't take it? I don't know who can. I'm not gonna make it. I'm not that kind of man.
Don't you know I can't sleep at night, but just the same, I never weep at night. I call your name.
John? Is Mama Cass talking to John
Don't you
Lennon?
know I can't take it? I don't know who can. I'm not gonna make it. I'm not that kind of man. Don't you know I can't sleep at night, but just the same, yeah.
Wow.
Weep at night. I call your name. I never weep at night.
Oh, bring it back.
I call your name. Yeah.
That was fucking awesome, bro. Wow. That's a tough one, dude. I never thought I would say it, but that cover was honestly pretty good, dude. That was really good, actually. I don't think it's as good as the Beatles one, but that's awfully close. If I had to even think about it, that means it's a good cover. You know what I mean? There's tons of Beatles covers out there, and more than half of them are like, yeah, okay. That one, they did something completely different with it while not straying too far away from the original. And I like hearing it back to back because you can hear the differences. It's like they slowed it down at some parts, and then they sped it up at some parts as well compared to like the steady rhythm that they had in the first one. Ringo, oh my god, bro, his snare in the early 60s, man. Like, I know that they evolved, you know, into what they became, because like I know that at first they were like almost like what you would consider a hard rock band almost in a way back in the day. And then I think, was it Brian, the manager, tried to force the boy band a clean cut image or something, and then they progressed as we already know. But 1964 Beatles, that's before A Hard Day's Night, right? So that's after Please Please Me, before A Hard Day's Night. That's 65. See, I'm trying to put the timeline together. So this is the late 1964 Beatles, early 1964. Interesting. Like, the canon is so fascinating to me because they've got so much variety. While not, like I said, like the version with the Mamas and the Papas, they don't stray too far from themselves. They really don't. They experiment, but still within the confines almost of their own gigantic amphitheater they've created for themselves, and they just sort of sing out into the night and hear their echo back. And I'm sorry, don't stop. I just I loved how steady Ringo was in that first track, and the guitar. I don't know if it was George or John or both of them. Obviously, it was rhythm and lead, it sounded like, but man, that combination of the riff, the solo, that was a hard-hitting Beatles song, bro. It was only 2 minutes long. Like, that's a shame. That's an utter shame that's only 2 minutes long, but maybe it wouldn't pack as much of a punch if it was longer. Because that's a 2-minute knockout right there. You can just put that on and bam, it's done. But man, it does its job, bro. Oh my god. Paul's bass in that too, fantastic. I think all four of them were just on fire in that track. And that's a B-side to, well, not even a B-side. It's a part of a EP, which I didn't know existed. I knew they did Long Tall Sally, but I didn't know that was a whole extended play. That's interesting to me. So now we're gonna actually look at it. Well, first, hold on. For the Mamas and the Papas, let me say this. Denny Doherty on vocals, Cass Elliot on vocals, John Phillips on vocals and guitar, Michelle Phillips on vocals, P.F. Sloan on guitars, Larry Knechtel keyboards, Hal Blaine on drums and percussion, Joe Osborne on bass guitar, and Peter Pan. I'm just kidding. Peter Pilafian on electric violin. So the Wrecking Crew. Oh my god, they absolutely slayed that song, bro. That was such a good cover, bro. I was so hyped by them when they brought it back and slowed it down for that. That sounded like what they do nowadays with like metal music, and I'll just bring it back for one more round and slow it down. Oh, that was so good. I'm so hyped right now, obviously, because I'm speaking very loudly and there's people sleeping. I should probably relax. Man, that song got me hyped up, bro. And even more than the Beatles one, I'm not gonna lie. I love the Beatles one, but that Mamas and Papas one, that is some hard-hitting shit right there. That was so good. And the way that the vocal harmonies just, oh my god, everything just piled upon each other. Just praise, praise, praise. Everything in that song, man. Larry Knechtel, obviously, I mean, he just plays those things like they're nothing, bro. I love the kind of saloon sound that he had going there. It was really cool with the keys. P.S. Sloan on guitar was really good, but Hal Blaine and Joe Osborne, bro. Steadiest studio rhythm section in history, bro. I mean, goodness gracious, they are so good together. That was one of the hardest hitting rhythm tracks I've heard from them as the Wrecking Crew, and I've heard a lot of stuff from, like, you know, this to Wichita Lineman and Glenn Campbell to like the Monkees. I've heard them all over the place. They should definitely get way more recognition. They really, really should, because they are all over the music of the 60s and the 70s. I mean, everywhere. And even not even just all of them together. 2 of them here, 1 of them there, 3 of them over there. It's insane. The amount of output those guys were a part of, it's staggering. I mean, seriously, it's staggering. And that was just a 2-minute Mamas and Papas track. That was some good shit. I want more of it. So if you have any other tracks by the Mamas and the Papas you think I'd like, please leave it down below, because I need to hear more of that. That was fucking incredible, bro. It's 2 minutes long, and I'm mind blown. And then the Beatles one, of course, man. I mean, that was fantastic too. But I'd say that I love John's vocals in it the most. But the guitar interplay between George and John, I'm guessing, was really, really a standout as well. And of course, Ringo's snare, bro. It's incredible, man. I don't know how he gets it to sound so punchy and heavy at the same time, but it's Ringo for you. Beautiful. Thank you again to our Alpha Patriot Coquina. That was great. I've been yammering long enough. I will talk to you guys later. And if you have any other tracks by either of these people you think I'd like, as I always say, leave it down below. The fuck are you doing?